y'all. So, a lot of the collective has been experiencing what was told to me as sheer terror. So, like, you know, the collective in general, we may not know, but the collective in general deals with a lot of fear, very heavy fear. And a lot of times, because everything is energy, this fear is used against us, right? So here's what I'm thinking. This fear has been like building up for a while, however long, months, years, right? And now an event has finally manifested in reality because of all of the energetic fear that has caused like an actual event to occur where people are like scared shitless, basically, okay? So, one, this is a message to work on your fear, especially if you came out of that time in good shape, because there's no enemy without when there's no enemy within. And that basically means to stop pointing the finger at your reality and to be the one who is in control of your reality, right? So nothing can scare you if you don't let it. And this is not to gaslight you, but this is so that you can handle life better, okay? Because when it comes to emotions, people can get like, oh, well, it's okay to feel. And yes, it's okay to feel. But once you get to that point where you've let yourself feel, you need to have boundaries with your emotions. And you need to be able to control when and how you are expressing yourself, okay? And it takes time. It's not, it can happen fast, but it's normally not something that happens super fast. There are people that are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s that still don't know how to control their emotions properly, okay? So, that leads into my next point, which is think before you move, right? So a lot of the time, and this is a common manifestation concept. So if you know about manifestation, you know this. You know that your emotions are what brings the correct blessing into your life. Even if you don't get what you specifically asked for, if your emotions are correct, you're going to get what your emotions are asking for, right? So you're still going to get that feeling from the thing that you manifested, right? So here's the big thing when it comes to sheer terror and the fact that we just collectively manifested this, right? A lot of us, and it may have been subconscious, so you really just want to pay attention to the way you're moving. A lot of us may have moved while we were super scared, right? And like I said, may not even be realizing it, but you're moving while you're scared, and this is not to be hard on you, especially if you have like PTSD, okay? I understand, but just hear me out. When you're moving scared, you need to stop moving, okay? You need to center yourself, center your emotions, and then keep going. And as much as you can, because sometimes, it's just so heavy. It's really hard to move everything and then proceed. But, with caution. is what I'll say, with caution, okay? So those people, for example, that say like, do it scared, you know, when I was younger, it sounds like, yeah, like, do it anyway. But then you learn about how energy works. And like I said, if you know how manifestation works already, you know what I'm talking about, right? You like, these people are basically telling you to just like be okay with like manifesting things that are gonna make you scared. And so no, don't do it scared. If you can help it, don't do it scared. Like, calm down, you know? Like, get serious about finding techniques to calm down, okay? And that reminds me, I have a blog about that. I'll put it in the description, or you know, however we gonna get links to each other. I'll put it in my milkshake bio. I'll put it on my website. Something. We'll get there. Yeah, I have a post about, like I said, managing and handling anxiety, right? And anxiety is fear-based, right? At the root of it, okay? Anxiety is fear-based. So, you know, if you have anxiety, this one is for you, because, honey, uncontrolled anxiety, like I said, has us manifesting. Like, I'm thinking about how common anxiety is now. Think about how many of us were subconsciously manifesting sheer terror into our lives, to the point where everybody, mostly, I won't say every single person because I'm not sure, but I will say a lot of people just experienced sheer terror, right? In their own special way, whatever that was for them, right? So another thing I wanted to say, if you can't handle other people right now, meaning like you don't know how to manage other people's emotions while you're going through something hard, I'm not going to say isolate, because that's normally not healthy. During a time like this, you need support. But just like, and I want to try not to give advice, but I just want to give this as a cautionary tale, because you can end up traumatizing someone else even further, you know, especially because everyone is so sensitive, right? So this is not for all, I mean, it can be for all the time, but I will say it's especially for right now, right? Just limit your interaction, okay? Like, because, like I said, everybody just really went through it. Like I said, I'm talking about sheer terror, right? So this is a great time to work on your empathy skills, right? If that's something that you've been trying to work on, this is a great time to work on it in real time. Oh, I just had it. I have to think about what I just went through. You know, somebody just went through that in their own way, you know? Like, and if you're not like that, then you probably don't want people to experience pain and hurt in the same way that you've just felt that, right? That's empathy, right? Like, I understand what you're going through, okay? Depending on how you think about the situation, but, you know. So, like I said, we all just had it hard, right? You're gonna save someone that extra stress, okay? By pulling back just a bit. If, like I said, you don't know how to handle other people's emotions while you're going through something hard as well, and it's hard for you to control your own, okay? So I think that's all I have to say. It doesn't feel like there's anything else. But if there is, I'll make a part 2. There's probably going to be a part 2. So just be mindful, be caring, be empathetic, have some boundaries. Some shit is just not right now. I love y'all. See you soon.